the animations at you, all the signature moves and shots and everything.
The Timberwolves were all business as they came through the tunnel, determined to give their fans a reason to celebrate tonight. Traffic heading in and out of downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. The setting for our broadcast tonight. Thanks, DA. It's on.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Then it's Jones. Then there's Oubre, and it's Mann in at the four-man position. And for the Timberwolves, D'Angelo Russell out there with Edwards. Then there's McDaniels. And there's Towns, and it's Junior in at the small forward. Well, for those players who were discussed in trade talks, Greg, but weren't dealt at the deadline, it's got to be hard for them to ever, I guess, trust team management again, huh?
No doubt about it, but, you know, we have a saying. If you play at the highest levels, you have two families. Your first, which is your family at home, and your second. The only one you trust is your first family. The second family, it's a business relationship, and you know what? You could have a third family the following week if you get traded. So some guys block out the noise and manage their emotions well. Others don't, and they tend to struggle.
It's all in the family. And the dunk by Towns.
Oh, man, tremendous pass by Russell. Great at whipping it around.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. 4-point game. McCollum against Edwards. Launches it. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. To the paint, here's McDaniels, and finished off by McDaniel.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now, here's Lillard. A 24-point outing in their last game against the Nuggets in Denver.
And it was the little things, too. I mean, getting to the line, finding ways to get his points any way possible.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
But yeah, that's one of his go-to spots. I mean, you have to pressure him in that mid-range area.
Towns against Jones. And that one's good, Junior.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
McCollum finds Lillard. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
Here's Junior. Not this time. His first miss in 3 attempts from the field.
Well, their first miss after a perfect 4-for-4 start. Still, I really like the game plan they've come out with.
Goes back up. Man can't hit.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
The feed to Junior. And Junior throws it down.
Oh, nice slam by Junior. I see you. It's always a morale booster to dunk. Just something about your hands clutching that rim.
Now here's McCollum. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Nuggets in Denver. Here's Lillard. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Barnes, he's checked in for McDaniels. Malik Beasley comes in for Edwards. And Hayes subbed in for Russell. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Westbrook's checked in. Kevin Huerter comes in for Kelly Oubre. Simons, he's checked in for McCollum. And Lee's subbed in for Lillard. Here's Simons following the basket by Junior. The shot's good from Westbrook. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Here's Hayes after the Trailblazers pick up 2. It's Junior, top of the key. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hayes the pass to Towns.
And you gotta like Towns being assertive there. When he plays like this, it really makes the defenders uncomfortable.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Trailblazers trail by 7. Pass to Simons. There's 48 seconds left here in the opening quarter. The pass to Westbrook. Minnesota with the rebound. Last game matched up with the Magic. Tough loss there.
Yeah, and the second chance points, guys, mean a lot over the course of the game. And they just had so few opportunities. I think that was their Achilles heel.
And second chance points. This is another great indicator of which team won in the hustle department. And tonight, they didn't win that battle.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Vanderbilt's checked in, and it's DeLon Wright in for Beasley. Here's Herter. No points in the game yet for him. And stolen by Junior. Barnes outside. Junior. And Junior throws it down.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, we got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
And so, guys, it's Junior making things happen for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks... So earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he...
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And so far, through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a comfortable margin for the Timberwolves here, guys.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
They've got Junior. Also Harrison Barnes out there. And it's Wright in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Magic, had a huge game. He contributed 31 points, and his percentage was impressive, making a number of his free throws and field goal attempts. A very solid stat line for him in what was a terrific outing. And you know he wants to keep the momentum going, Kevin.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
No, I think he will, because he takes being a leader seriously, and it shows in how he approaches things at both ends of the floor.
Tries to keep it alive. And Portland with another turnover here. Floor for Minnesota. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Mann's checked in. Kevin Herter comes in for Kelly Oubre. Simons, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Lee's subbed in for Lillard.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's Simons. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Nuggets in Denver.
And they kept fouling him. I mean, it only made him more aggressive. He wound up having a huge night at the free throw line.
Hayes the pass to Junior. The kick out to Barnes.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
So it's Portland now. They trail by 18. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
Yeah, and the season series between these two, 4 games in all, starting tonight, a chance to stake out an advantage in the division. And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Back to Hayes. ready to shoot. Down low. And Junior with the basket on the assist by Hayes. Hayes has got 3 assists now in this one. 12 seconds left in the first half. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Man, when you're playing from behind, that's the last thing you want to do. Make matters worse.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
Oh, man, so unselfish. She's doing a great job creating for others and making pinpoint passes.
And so it's Minnesota closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. With the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. You look at Junior in this one, he's been everywhere.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
He did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Then there's Oubre, then it's Jones, and it's man in at the power forward. Now, here's Junior, covered by Oubre. Hustle from long range, buries the long-range jumper. And the Timberwolves lead by 21.
Oh, good off-the-ball movement by Russell that time. He gets himself positioned well to just train the shot.
And finished off by Oubre.
Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for him. Towns, the pass to Junior. And Junior throws it down.
Yeah, well, with each basket tonight, Junior's confidence has increased. Just playing fantastic in this one.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. McCollum outside. Pass to man. And McDaniels with the block.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Now here's McCollum. Defense right on him. Timberwolves leading by 23. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. To the middle. Passes it to Edwards. Clock at 4. Inside. Junior. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Junior's got 25 points.
Some players don't like to attack the interior. Not the case with Junior. He'll attack anywhere he sees an opening.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard dishes to Jones. Back to Lillard. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Lillard's got 9.
Oh, it's easy to appreciate Lillard. Fantastic at powering through the D and nailing the shots.
Minnesota calls timeout. So both teams changing it up here. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Hayes. Sweet little float. Hayes has got his first 2 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Lee passes to Simons. Lee outside. Clock at 6. Here's man. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Trailblazers shooting their first shots of... Trailblazers shooting their fourth attempt at the free throw line right here.
Goes to the line, shooting one.
9 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Hayes. The teardrop falls in. Hayes has got 4 points in the quarter.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
And so it's Minnesota in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We come back right after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. So on the floor for Minnesota, they've got Wright, and it's Noel in at the 2. Here's a Wondu. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Wondu's got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, I love it. He's working the ball down low. Always a good plan of attack.
Stolen by Rivers. To the inside, and it's blocked.
A tremendous effort by Junior on D. I mean, records the swat. Great defensive possession for him.
Here's Cornette. Back to Rivers. 5 on the clock. And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And the Timberwolves making a change here. McDaniels checked in. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
Hey, guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Here's Noel. Here's Junior. And Junior throws it down.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Final quarter of play, about 1.5 minutes off the clock into it. Cornette passes to Oubre. You know, Chris, every season we see teams in a given game or series. They just don't seem to have that same energy. What are some of the reasons teams fall flat?
Well, I think sometimes, you know, the stakes are a little bit higher in the playoffs. The other team is playing hard. Some teams have never gotten to that level before. Some teams, you know, let their guards down at times. You know, you try to turn it on, but you're already on the ropes.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And he makes that one. And here is Wright. Kicks it to Junior. Inside. And Junior throws it down.
Right effort play. One thing Junior's known for, his ability to outwork others.
And Portland making a change here. Westbrook's checked in. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Right against Rivers. Pass to Westbrook. First one falls for Barnes. He's checked in for McDaniels. Both free throws good from Westbrook. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And Wright kicks to Junior. Pass to Noel. Now, here's Junior. Barnes passes to Junior, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Junior's got 17 now, just in the second half.
No, he's a solid team player. He doesn't always look for a shot. He enjoys getting it to the open teammate.
And the pass to Cornette. And when rookies come in, there's a lot to learn, especially managing money. And Chris, the league is trying to help players manage those large salaries.
You know, players have great resources now that are available to them, and so it's great that the league has lended a hand and said, hey, if you need any help, don't be afraid to reach out.
Pass to Noel. Back to Wright. 1:25 left to play in the final quarter. And it's Junior missing. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Minnesota.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Junior.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Passes it to Westbrook. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Rivers. A three-pointer off the mark. And Minnesota has possession. Now, here's Junior. Feeds it to Len. Here's Noel. Here's Junior. And it's denied. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. What's poppin'? I can pass that like Stockton. Just joshing. I'm spending this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them. Sports in the top 10. I can put the ball in the end zone, put it in the friend zone. Sound like an intro jet song, give me that tempo. Told Pooh he a fool. Told her don't let her friends know. In the Ville and I move like a dime. Eating fettuccine at Vincenzo's. Me and my amigos got that.